President-elect Donald Trump was in Washington last night ahead of Friday's inauguration. He was with Vice President-elect Mike Pence at a dinner for hundreds of foreign diplomats. It was one of the first inaugural events of the week. So whether you're excited or perhaps dreading the inauguration on Friday for President-elect Donald Trump, what you say on social media can make a difference at your job. Yes, it is true. And Janet Hendrick is a partner at the Dallas law firm Fisher Phillips. So she's here to really talk about the do's and don'ts for social media. Hey, good morning.
Good morning, Jenny.
This seems like something that should be obvious.
You would think.
But it's truly not. And so social media protected, a lot of people are saying, well, this is my free speech
Right.
to say this. What do you, from the legal perspective, say about that?
Right. That's a very common misconception that you're protected at work if you engage in whatever kind of commentary you might want, even on your personal social media. But what we're finding more and more is that this can quickly become a blurred line between political commentary and what could be harassing conduct or inappropriate conduct, and employers can take action. There are few protections for employees in that situation, and the First Amendment is not as broad as employees would think.
Right, because you can say it, but it doesn't mean that it's without consequence.
Absolutely. Texas is an at-will state, which means employees can be terminated, fired for any reason as long as it's not unlawful. So political expression is not a protected trait.
And here's another comment you hear from people. They'll say, hey, it's a private page, it's a personal page. Does that matter?
It doesn't matter. And what happens often is that maybe the supervisor doesn't see it directly from the social media account, but a coworker will then report it up.
Oh,
so
they
now
screenshot that and send it in. Sure.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, so let's take a look at some social media posts to kind of figure out, help our viewers navigate what could cause problems, because we do not want any problems around here. So, for example, I'll read this one. I know it's kind of hard to see on the screen. It says, Trump looks much more presidential than Obama.
Okay, maybe at face value may not seem too problematic, but I think what we're seeing here, Jenny, is implicit bias, or it quickly could be viewed as implicit bias, which is maybe there's a racial overtone there or undertone, and someone could quickly become offended, and it turns into something much bigger than maybe the person intended, or maybe
because
they did intend it that
looks.
way. Yes.
Okay, next one here. Unlike Hillary, Trump has the strength to lead our country.
Right, so here we could have a comment that some would construe to be gender discriminatory. And again, because we have the contrast between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, so again, it could be a comment that could be viewed as implicit bias about men versus women and their ability to lead the country.
Even though they're not overtly saying it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so finally here, taking a look at one more, it says, I can't wait until they build that wall.
Okay, so
what about this one?
Same kind of concept. Really, that's pretty overt, because what you have is someone, well, potentially saying that they want to keep certain racial groups or certain national origins out of the country. So again, we have a comment that may seem innocent at first, but can quickly lead to distracted workers.
Now, managers are particularly susceptible to being punished for this sort of event, right?
Well, managers can be speaking for the company, so they're in a different level. So whatever they say, if a subordinate sees that, they may bring a discrimination or harassment claim against the company based on the manager's actions. So it's really critical for employers to be training their frontline managers how to respond when they see some of these comments and what they should not be saying this time of year.
I mean, I just heard an average of $125,000 to resolve something like that.
Right.
So.
And if anybody's ever been through this kind of litigation, it goes on for years. It's very costly, even if there's no merit to it.
Janet Hendrick, thank you so much for coming in and helping our viewers just to play it safe there on social media.
Absolutely. So happy to be here, Jenny.
Okay, so we will have more information on our website, a link to Fisher Phillips at fox4news.com.